pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Everybody had a chance to read the minutes of the January 15th meeting?
Yes.
Move to approve?
No.
Second?
I'm sorry.
He did, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Request to be out of state.
Mark?
Nope.
Yeah, where you going?
Not till next meeting.
Who are you and what have you done with Mark?
Dan, do you need to be out of town?
I will be out of town the 19th through the 23rd.
And what date is our meeting, Joey?
19.
Oh,
Oh.
So who's our council president? There you go, chief. Well,
Sorry.
I move that we let Dan go.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Is this gonna become like a regular thing now that you're?
Yeah.
Oh, not for.
You're gonna leave town regularly? What's up with that?
No, that's not you.
Okay, that one's handled. Playground update. Bertha, you got a little
Yeah.
bit of a spiel.
Yeah, so we met with Glenn Wilson?
Wheeler.
Wheeler, thank you. Back in January at the playground, he is from the Kiwanis, and he's in charge of their playground project. The city council was there, then myself and Callie, and then some other Kiwanis members from Choteau, who I do not actually know were there. They're, one of the daughters from Great Falls, the mom's from here, she has a place up the Teton. So what they've looked at is putting this thing called the Green Machine, and it's on BYO Playground, so it's BYOplayground.com. It's called the Green Machine, so this is what it looks like. You can pass my phone, and then there's different color options, and we told them to go with the neutral color. So Mark, when you get to it, if you slide to the next picture, there should be the neutral colors. So we can kind of get a gist of what the neutral colors are.
Close. Let me move this way.
There we go. Sorry.
Pass it back.
Well,
There's Facebook, that's okay.
Perfect, well, yeah, they're my screenshots,
That's
so,
okay.
um, it's a different thing though.
Well, I think it's more just.
Oh, but it's just the color, yes.
Yeah, they picked,
So we had-
so it's not the bright green and
Yeah,
bright red.
we had the option of that, the color, or there was another one, but it was one that I was like, yeah, that's not gonna fly, so, neutral it was. But what the deal is on March 1st is when they have their big conference here in Great Falls, and Kiwanis do. He's gonna take it to their board, and they'll approve it, hopefully, cross our fingers. Should they approve it, they will match whatever we currently have ready to go. So currently, right now, we have a little over $8,000 ready to rock and roll to head towards the playground. So they'll match that, and we have the intent of the minute that gets approved to order the equipment right then and there, with hopes, and we'll cross our fingers, pray for good weather, that we can have this sucker put in, like ready to go, people playing on it by July 1st. And this would take place, it would take, place of the current, just the wood structure that's in the playground. The slide, the swings, and the merry-go-round will remain, and I don't know about the tires, I don't know how that would fit, but as of now, those three main structures would remain there with hopes of, if we can get more donations, to replace those throughout the years as well. If we've had many parents complain about the safety issues on those. So, with that being said, we're hoping July 1st to have the main structure itself put in and ready to go. So, and those that have purchased pickets, and the bench, we have a bench that's sold pickets and all that stuff, we will incorporate that later once we are 100% done with putting structures in. Just because don't want to put a fence in, just have to remove it to put it back in. So we'll wait till the very end. So those that have sponsored, please don't fret, there are still several pickets left to be sold. We can still do that kind of stuff, but in terms of that will take place later, not right away. So.
Anybody got any questions?
Thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, and on March 1st, when Glenn emails me those dates, if anybody can make it down
I
to.
plan to be there.
Okay.
For this and for Boy Scouts, so.
Perfect.
I'll be there.
The Kiwanis has asked if people from Choteau can go down and kind of hype up our community, because that's where we're gonna start getting most of our donations from. He has to go petition to the other Kiwana clubs I don't think that's the word he used, but the other Kiwanis groups, as well as, other just personal Kiwanis people to get to the sponsor. So if we can go down, talk up, show a playground, show current pictures now, I've got all that lovely stuff, actually Dan's got all that lovely stuff. And yeah, so I can go down, and Steve's gonna be there, but if we can get, you know, more people there, the more we can talk about Choteau, the better opportunity we're gonna have here. So,
Now, just to refresh a little bit,
yes,
Callie was there, you were there.
Yep.
Your committee's,
yep, our committee's 100% behind going with Kiwanis. And what will happen is, once it goes through on their end, and they get their sponsorship, their money, however that pans out on their end, what will occur is we'll order the stuff. We are only required to do the excavation and to have the cement cylinders in place. Other than that, from what I understand, it'll be other Kiwanis members and community members that come in and will help put the structure up. But the only thing that we have to have done prior to is the excavation and the cement cylinders.
And they'll have all that to us, what we've gotta do.
Yeah.
before.
As long as we have a plan, we're good.
So are we gonna, is the city gonna do that one?
the prep work.
City, we've got private contractors that have offered,
We've got guys on the crew that can do it.
yeah, you know,
Well, and he sounded, the gentleman that came was very optimistic that, yeah, I think we can get this funded, and it sounded
Oh,
very
yeah,
promising, yeah.
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 I don't wanna say it was like, he's like, oh yeah, but it was just very promising, he was like, we should have no problem.
when he
The
found
only-
out, when he found out we had money to match right off.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
excited, yeah. That's
I
good.
think the only thing that might intentionally come, not intentionally come back on the city, but the only thing is if the equipment arrives earlier, we need to have a place to store it. So I don't know if there's a place that the city has where we could put it, cause it'll come in on semi. So we need to have a place that we could,
Well, we could probably use like the old state shop or something, I mean, there's places.
Yeah.
Well, that was-
It's not gonna be all that,
no, it shouldn't be a ton,
not all that
but-
much, it's all gonna be packed blocks.
And this has cars back here, otherwise.
Originally, his timeline that he laid out was, you know, by September, and so we kind of pushed him a little bit to say, you know, Fourth of July is a big deal, can we have it by the Fourth of July? And he seemed to think, assuming things went well in March, we wouldn't have a problem.
Little piece of trivia that I'll add to this all is, Denny Perry was in and told Dan and I that the Kiwanis actually built the other playground there.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done by Columbus.
So,
Well, thank you, bro.
No problem.
much. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
now you can go on to the next.
Will you send us a reminder of what meeting, are you gonna go to the one?
Is that that's a Saturday?
When is that? March.
First, I believe.
First.
Friday.
Which is a Friday.
Well, it's like their whole convention,
Yeah,
it's
they have a
like,
big convention that
it was
week.
like the first, second, and third or something, but the
The
first was like
foundation is
the
when the.
big
foundation-
deal, yeah, cause the foundation's work, you have to go get approved. So if we can pipe it up before the foundation votes that afternoon, so I believe it was Friday or morning. I'll get clarification on that, but I wanna say it was March first.
Let us know.
Can
For
you
people-
send something out, like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm.
okay.
So for people that can't be there, would it be worthwhile to write a letter of support or no?
Probably.
I would assume so.
You want all the old ones that you gave me?
Sure,
As well?
yeah,
I still have one.
Yeah.
Got a file.
gladly. So,
Well, thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Port Authority won't be here tonight, so it'll probably be the March fifth meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I just had a quick question, back on the park playground. Did we already make a motion, or do we need to make a motion, or is everything on our end said and done? We're good?
Basically, all we're doing is holding the money.
Okay, so we don't need to have a motion, okay, just checking.
March
It-
5th.
Okay, Mike wants to take everybody on a tour of the sewer plant. So we kinda talked about doing that the
You
19th,
do it at lunch.
do it at lunchtime.
We'll buy you a pizza and you can hang out at the sewer plant and have lunch.
And drink the water coming out of the end.
I don't
So
think-
it will
I
be a
don't- I
Tuesday,
don't
it'll
think
be
I
a
do that
regular
this
meeting
month.
day, just
Well,
at noon.
I would vote for another day personally, but, cause that's my big delivery day, but, it would, yeah, I don't know if that's possible. If it has
you,
to be on a
you can do whatever you, I mean,
Right.
as
Well,
long
if
as
we
we
did it the day
notice it.
beforehand, would you be able to join us, Mr. Mayor? That'd be the 18th. Did you say you're leaving the 19th?
Right.
So would that be?
Yeah, it doesn't have to happen
Yeah.
right away.
Well, this is the opposite.
Somewhere
of
down the
that
road.
day.
so you-
What is it?
Presidential.
No. No, we won't be. When are you coming? Dan
Come
is
back
going
to
to be
twenty-third.
a lot, will you be back that next week?
Yeah.
Or you could do it Friday before too, I don't know what that is.
The day after Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, I mean, are you,
I'm out of town that afternoon.
when you leave,
Don't know, depends on when I get off work.
that,
And whether or not Heartbeat's closed.
Or we can give you a project
They
too.
were closed yesterday.
I mean, that's not.
Escorts?
I've been out there numerous times, actually.
You're okay, so,
And then out
The
there.
only thing is you
You
might
haven't
have
been out-
private
you haven't
tours.
been out there enough, though.
I mean,
I have a question for
Well,
you.
you were
If they-
asking all
Could we
these
wait and do the
questions,
minutes and
what
everything?
I was out there
At
twice
next
once it
meeting?
was, because it was totally completed, and I was out there probably 2 or 3 times
Okay,
when it
no,
was.
yeah.
So,
I know, and I still
Your-
have.
Then we wouldn't have any.
Your last
The
trip
other
out there is what spurred the
alternatives just
stop.
to go do your tour and then come back here.
so are we looking 19th
But
from
if it's
12 to
during the
1-ish?
day, that would be,
Hard for
because it's a
people.
long
Yeah.
time,
Okay.
I mean, that, I was out there for an hour
So-
and a half. when-
Would we then still have a meeting that evening?
No, what we were, I was just discussing with Mel, I think that what you could do is then really the rest of it would just be, you know, your minute, passing your minutes and that, and we could actually move those to the next.
We have room up there, I can do it there.
Yeah, or we could just do it at the next, at the
Right.
March meeting, just do, cause it's gonna be minutes.
So we need a motion then to make the February 19th meeting to postpone it, but we will all go out to the sewer.
No, you're just gonna make, the meeting is gonna be your field trip.
So will we have a chance there, if I'm gonna be gone between the 19th and the following meeting,
Yeah, you could, you know, we could.
would I make that motion then? I don't need to do it now, right?
No, you're gonna be here for the 19th.
I'll be here for the 19th, but
Well, we
if
could go
if
ahead-
that meeting isn't one that we'd have a motion.
We could
for
go ahead and do it
us.
tonight though, I mean, there's no reason not to.
And I don't care when I do it, I just don't wanna miss it and be in trouble.
Why don't you do it tonight, just in case something should, I mean, I guess what would be your issue, you could come back here,
Mhm.
but if it takes an hour and a half, because you have lots of questions, you may not, you guys all may need to go back to work.
Yep.
So that, you know, if we did it, so maybe just for, you maybe should, see if everybody's gonna allow you to go.
Okay, the 27th through 5th.
Going somewhere fun?
San Diego.
He is,
I
don't
would make a
ask.
motion to approve Mark's leave.
Second.
everybody,
Sorry.
any discussion? All those in favor, let Mark lead, stay.
Aye.
Motion pass.
I always wonder what happens if they vote me down.
You can.
I think we're still going.
So,
Okay, so.
back to the 19th
Sorry,
then,
Parker.
so are we gonna meet out there at noon?
I think that
Just
sounds
meet
good.
at the
That's
plant?
fine, so you go off of Pig Alley and turn in there? Okay.
He doesn't even know where it is, and you're giving me a hard time because I asked some
I know where
questions
it's at,
that
I
should
just don't know
already
the best way to get there.
Wait till that day, how many people are gonna ask questions, and you're
So,
gonna be like, you
hey,
guys
Mark,
don't know this?
You go to Dale Bomber Trucking
No, I
and
know
you
where
get
the
out of the
lane's
gate
at.
there and you walk.
Yeah,
I knew where the lane was at, I didn't know if there was a different route to
Yeah,
it.
go to the light.
I actually walked out.
So do I have a motion to change the meeting?
I so move.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Everybody have a chance to look at the
19th
claims.
noon at the treatment plant.
Okay.
If,
I move we approve them.
Go ahead, Mel.
real quickly, because, it occurs to me that perhaps there might be people who want to attend that council meeting because they're curious about what
Yeah,
the plant is
I
like.
think that'd be great.
So, did you say you're meeting here and driving out there, or people would just drive themselves out there, or what?
If other people are gonna go, you probably don't want to meet here,
Yep.
because you don't want.
Right, carpooling might be a better
So we
idea.
should meet here at noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought.
I
Well,
think that's a good
whatever
idea.
But yeah, if we get a,
Somebody wants to
Can
go.
anybody meet earlier, like at 11:30?
Just depends on.
Just cause this is gonna be probably like 2 hours of time.
It is, I mean,
I mean, 11:30 is fine with me,
Yeah,
if that works better for you, that's no problem.
That might work better for me.
Okay,
So I would amend my motion, is that what I need to do?
Yeah.
Okay, then my motion to meet at 11:30 on the 19th, meet here at 11:30 on
do
the
I hear
19th.
11? This isn't an option, sorry.
I would like to.
Any discussion?
We like working for the government.
All those in favor of 11:30?
What if there was like a huge turnout, is that gonna be?
Aye.
Jill was still discussing.
I was still thinking,
The question
sorry.
is called. The question is
Sorry.
called.
Isn't it-
There's that normal stuff.
If there's a big group out there.
No. Okay, claims.
I think you made a motion.
Oh, I did.
I'll second the motion.
Okay,
Any discussion?
Mark made it, Steve seconded it.
sorry.
You're good.
No discussion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public Works Director.
Everybody's has a report, wastewater. Last month I talked about how the flows were going up. You can see on the graph, we had a big spike there. I think we reported last meeting, we did bypass the lagoon for 24 hours.
I guess I'm not saying.
They've been behaving pretty good lately, so you can see we're actually pretty much at the same level as last year, which is good. So keep an eye on that, hope for the best. Our ongoing bug crisis is still happening. We are getting things turned around out there, I think, just here recently. Tried a lot of different things, we've learned a lot. I think that everything we've been through is gonna help prevent the future episode of this kind of event. We haven't had good conditions for trying to mediate it with the cold weather and the big influx of groundwater, but
Mike, when did your bug problem start?
around December, you know, it kind of gradually clicked up, and I was just kind of out of the picture out there, and all of a sudden I checked on things, and I was like, with Levi, and I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Okay.
That was about early December,
Yeah.
when we noticed our settling rates were going a little wackadoodle, and our mixed liquor was looking a little bit off. And it's with all the anoxic zones and aerobic zones, it's probably 300, well, and then the clarifiers, it's probably 500,000 gallons of
Yeah.
biology you're trying to manipulate. It takes a while, especially the water temperature out there right now is at 41 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bacteria are pretty
Sluggish.
slow moving,
Yep.
so,
Okay.
but it's coming around.
Yeah, it looks like you've had a couple good ones recently, so.
We're plugging away. It did affect our sampling, results, as you can see there. You know, the numbers themselves are not bad. I can't remember, I used to put them on these reports where our permit values were, but I wanna say our VOD permit was like 50.
Okay.
Our highest one there's 15. The problem we're running into is our BOD coming in is like our January sample is 24. So to meet 85% removal, we pretty much have to get it all out of there. I mean, we're getting it down to 3 milligrams per liter, which most places would be like, wow, we can't even get close to that. We're not, we're at 87.5% removal, we're barely making it. That's a challenge we face, and that's another reason why we need to get rid of the groundwater, or not get rid of it, but get rid of. as much
Keep it
as we
from coming
can.
in.
We did, submit a proposal to use some of that grant money to purchase a new camera system, and I think in a week we might do something.
I would think they're talking, which is a good sign.
Yeah,
They didn't just say no.
that'll be a really nice tool for us, give us a lot of, it'd be move forward with getting grant money and plans in place for replacing the water mains under Main Street, and possibly doing some work on the tanks. And I hope to have that submitted next week. Water audit for January showed quite a bit of water loss. And yesterday, ironically, we found a leak, so it's not, we need to deal with it, there's water coming on the ground. It's not a bad one, so we're gonna let things go till it warms up, unless things change. You can see there, our water loss for January bounces around. Last year we had a bad year because we had all the water leaks. And been moving a little snow. We're doing some work to one of the old dump trucks, and we're building a trailer for putting all of our barricades and signage and pylons on. So we're chip sealing this spring, summer, we can move along quickly and not lose our momentum. I'm working on plans and budgets for chip sealing and a sidewalk project of our own, not independent of the Montana Department of Transportation, just to see how feasible it is.
Is there a timeline on that MDOT one?
What's that?
Beside what they're doing?
The sidewalk?
Yeah, the one they kinda staked out and then they all got removed by
Hopefully,
snowplow.
hopefully this spring, but who knows?
I think they just finished when they staked that out, they didn't have the final engineering done yet.
Yeah,
I think that's complete.
Supposed to be this year.
Okay, just curious.
it'll be
I know
summer.
someone plowed with their four-wheeler and all the stakes were sitting on the side of it. Like kind of,
Those were,
just sort of general
There is
vicinity.
practice.
Okay.
They did just get through, they had to get permission from all the homeowners to go because like their driveways and all that, and they did just finally get all those signed and back. That,
Cool.
we had help with a couple of those, so I know that it is moving forward, other than that,
That's fine, just curious.
What, did you guys ever get the bearing fixed on the pump at the Rickham station?
I
or-
need to do some more research on it, cause now the guy that's done all of our pump motors, and that's the other thing in the sewer plant, we went through all the RAS and WAS motors now, and we got the last one back a week ago. And anyway, I was talking to that guy, and I need to do some more research, cause I had one guy in there and he told me, oh, you should get that fixed, pretty soon. This guy says that if it's the upper bearing that's making the noise, then he wouldn't mess with it. So I need to find a third opinion.
I agree.
Maybe
That's
somewhere in the middle?
Before we tear it out, it's a big job.
Yeah.
It's a big job.
Any other questions for Mike? Jody?
I don't have much to report, everything seems to be moving along smoothly, we're not too many bumps in the road, so. We're done with the audit, we're done with all this reporting for the state, so now it's time to start working on budgets. I'm kidding.
Steve, anything?
Yeah, so the first thing, it's been requested that I bring this up, and it's something that, I'm looking for some discussion on as well. Changing our meeting time from 7 to 6, maybe 6:30, if that works a little easier, just something we can, I don't know if we need to bring it up at the next meeting, or have a discussion now, I don't know if we need to amend the agenda to do that or not.
Is this one too late? Is it over top of other activities?
For me, yes, Scouts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought maybe you were getting requests from a lot of other people to move it.
there were some requests from other people, yeah. Do we need that discussion, do we have to put it on the agenda for next time?
We'd have to put it on the agenda.
Okay, let's see, what else? Next Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but the next Thursday, the Scouts BSA Girls Group is having their lunch, and girls between the ages of 11 and 18 are welcome to join us. The Scouts are having a big community fundraiser, March 22nd, and I've been asked to remind everyone that the Education Foundation Trivia Night tickets are for sale on their website.
the trivia night again?
15th?
What?
March 15th.
Bring your team and your game on.
I'm gonna lose this year because I know that that's a good prize.
Well, yeah, last year was a great prize if you came in last first. You were the first one to come in last.
Exactly.
Stuart,
I was up at the fireman fundraiser, the golf scramble on Saturday. And it was really fun until Mike turned on the AC. And,
Louisiana.
oh man, that wind shifted and everybody still out on the course went inside. We all just said, we're done.
It's gonna get better than before.
Yeah, it was intense. But it was cool. There were, I think they had 14 teams is what Kirk Moore said. And it was, it was teams of 4 and it looked like everybody was having a good time. And there were a couple of guys that they came from Great Falls because they were out last year when it was on the ice. They said, well, we've never golfed at this golf course. They got out there and they played the hole I was sitting at first and they said, this is an awesome view. So they'll probably be back to spend more money in our town because of the fireman fundraiser. So I haven't talked to the firemen to find out how they did, but I know that people had fun and stuck around afterwards. So it's a good time.
Jill,
I don't have anything.
I didn't either.
don't have a whole lot. I am retired now from full-time mayor.
Nice. I'm just tired.
Well, were you tired yesterday? If you're tired yesterday and tired today, then you're retired.
So,
Congratulations, Dan.
yeah, I got everything moved in my office, but I still had to take a bunch of it home that I took out my other office. No, it was really good. I mean, I had a lot of people. Mel did a real nice job on the write-up, so she made me think of things I hadn't thought about for years, so.
Good.
Well, how was your send-off? I missed that.
Good, we
Really good.
had the country club full.
Good.
Hopefully I got to talk to, I did.
Good.
I know that, but just a lot of people, so it was really good.
All the cake I eat, so that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't have to take any.
How many years
A
up
lot of
there?
leftovers left, so.
How many years were you up there?
31. 41 total years
How
of
old are you,
job
Steve?
experience. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of changes in,
Yeah.
since November 1972 when I started with them.
72?
Worked for 10 years in Bozeman, and I had to try farming and ranching one more time. And that took me 7 years to, so.
Gotcha. Well done.
So, that's all, I really don't have anything, it's been really quiet. It has been, we haven't had a dog, but I shouldn't say that.
Too cold, they're all inside.
Tomorrow morning time we get
Yeah,
forward.
exactly. They'll be all on the answer machine in the morning.
I did have one guy call me today and ask me if there was what our noise ordinance was in town, because he was plowing snow with his four-wheeler at 6 o'clock in the morning and his neighbor was, and I said, well, theoretically it is from 7 to 10, but if you're plowing snow, don't worry about it.
Well, and was he plowing the neighbor's snow? Cause then they'd just be,
Well, it should be, my dog's happy when I do it. so.
right? Yeah.
So there's some things who knows, maybe I'll have a complaint. But I don't have anything else.
Cool. Do we have a zoning permit report to do?
No, there was none, sorry, I
No,
just
that's fine.
forgot to write it down.
Move to adjourn.
Well, we gotta do public comment just in case.
No, right, any public comment. Everybody's
Okay.
quiet. Everybody wants to go home and watch Trump?
Well, at least half of that statement is true.
Everybody wants to watch Trump?
Everyone wants to go home.
Okay.
I kept thinking over it. I seen that poster going, oh, that's. She gets tired, I'm like, that's what he looks like.